Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Jesse Boats from the 19th hole, and we've got the East Coast Tournament rookie playthrough here for the current tournament. We're going to use some shots from a lower club level account and then my 19th family account, and hopefully kind of help you get on the correct path to having a successful tournament. So hole number one here is a par 4. This is a very tough par 4 that'll be very difficult to get the eagle on. But hopefully with these two methods, one of them will work well for you and will help you kind of get you a good footing for an eagle chance here. So the first way I'm going to show you is using the quarterback to the right-hand side. If you have a little bit higher level quarterback, like a 7 or 6, this is definitely a way you can play this hole. You're going to go with the katana ball because you definitely need the extra side spin, the level 3 side spin. We'll play plus 10% here off the tee box for elevation as well. And we have the red ring close to the edge of the rough line. I would definitely change and have be the blue ring to the edge of the rough line, because you're going to see we play this shot with our curl and we actually end fairly close to the edge of the rough line. But you're going to notice that we have plenty of room. I mean, the bunker never even comes into play, so we have plenty of room. We can afford to move that shot a little bit farther off the edge of the rough line and make that shot a little bit more safe. But definitely a little bit of overpower on that shot, and you all saw my curl amount. For the second shot here, playing this one with the sniper, and we've got to find our club length here. I'm playing the shot up here at max. I do make a mistake here. I do not add extra backspin. Playing this shot this far up and close to the edge of the green, you do need to add a little bit of extra backspin, which I did not do here. So, you know, somewhere around 2 to 3 bars of backspin, max left spin on this shot. I'd play up plus 10% for the downhill shot here, and we do hit great right as well. But as you're going to see, our spin was not correct here as far as the backspin goes. So add a little bit more backspin to that shot, and you have a really good chance at the ace right there, or the eagle right there. So this method right here is going to be played to the left side with our extra mile. We go max top spin, max right spin. I want you to go with one less bar of top spin than I use here in this example, and you'll see why here soon. Play plus 10% here, and we do push the shot back up, but that really didn't make much of a difference. With that adjustment, it really didn't make much difference. So definitely take off one top spin here. And not because you really are in trouble on the drive, but because it kind of puts you a little bit farther down the fairway than you want to be for your second shot. And as you can see here for my second shot, I'm playing this one with the Viper. And you're going to see we're right there on the edge of being in between clubs. We can still make the shot, but we're a little bit closer than we would like to be. I would like my edge of my yellow ring to be on the edge of the rough line. So if we go with one less bar of topspin on the drive, that will give us a little bit extra room on this shot right here. So I'm playing plus 10%. You're going to play with the ball guide pointed, kind of towards the hole. Just remember, the Viper doesn't have a fully extended ball guide like the sniper does, so you don't need the ball guide to go all the way to the hole for it to make it there. We still come in nicely here, and we end up just to the right of the hole, about 1 grid right. Alright, our next hole here is hole number 2. This is a par 3. You can play this one with our sniper or a Viper. In this instance, you're going to see me play it with the Viper. I definitely would strongly recommend the katana ball for its side spin 3. You definitely want all that side spin on this shot. So what we're going to do here is we are going to be playing plus 10% here. Max adjustment, max right spin, and we go with about a half a bar of backspin here. We're going to play our landing zone right there at the tip edge of that shadow, that tree shadow. That's what we're kind of landing. And our blue ring is right there close to the edge of the rough line, as you can see. So we make our adjustment right here, which is not very much with 2.3 miles per hour wind. And as you see, we go with just about the right edge of our ball to the right edge of that white semicircle. And the only thing differently I would do here is I would have played that shot with no backspin at all. I played 0.5 backspin. If I would have not used that backspin, the ball would have gone a little bit farther up that hill and then rolled much closer to being in the hole for an ace right there. So everything was good right there except the half a bar of backspin. Take that away. But I liked that curl amount. All right, hole 3 is next. Par 5 here. This is a very difficult par 5. I like the quarterback here and a Titan ball. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use the quarterback. We're going to use the wind to our advantage and kind of eyeball our wind pushing the shot 3.8 rings up the fairway. So full topspin here with the quarterback, 100% accuracy. The ball is going to go a little bit farther than the ball guide here. So depending on what level quarterback you use, definitely be very careful with the amount of topspin you use and really kind of judge that ball guide as best as you can. Do remember that the quarterback does have a pretty good ball guide on it. For the second shot here, we're playing minus 10% as well. Max topspin and max left spin. We're again going to use the wind to our advantage and just eyeball that landing spot off the wind. So about 1.5, 1.2 rings up the fairway. And we're just going to let this shot play its natural course. You do want to aim the shot kind of in between the bunker and the rough. Kind of aim it towards that little gap just in case your ball does roll a little bit farther. And as you see, we're in a really nice spot here for our third shot now. So the third shot here, with the location I'm playing on, we're going to play this one because of our landing location much lower down here on the green. We're going to play this at 0% on this shot. It's max level thorn. It is a thorn level 3, so our ball guide is not too great. We're going to use a little bit of left spin to kind of direct that ball guide towards the hole. And the only thing differently I would have done here is I would put about a half a ball of topspin here. It's definitely difficult to judge a ball guide on lower level thorns just because, you know, it's not very developed. So it's kind of a learning curve here. And at this low level of a thorn, on this shot, I would have played a half a bar topspin if I had the chance to play it over again. As you see, it comes in a really nice line, just a little bit short going up that hill. Do remember that that green is sloping up towards the hole, so you know you might want to use a little bit of spin when you're going at it like that. Hole number 4 is next, par 4, and we're going to be playing this one with the extra mile and a thorn. I'm going to play this one with the quasar ball. If you want to cut down the wind a little bit here, you could go with a navigator for sure, or even a katana or kingmaker. So for the drive here, we're going to be playing 2.5 topspin. I think it's 2.5 topspin, 2.5 right spin. We don't want to go too far up the fairway here on this drive because we do want to be still within thorn range. If you go too far up this fairway here, you will still be in thorn range, but your angle to the pin will not be as good. You want to have an angle where you're taking your shot off the front edge of the green, and that's going to give you the best chance to drop this one for the eagle. It gives you the most consistent landing zone. The farther up the fairway you go, then you start having to land it on the fairway, and it's not as consistent of a landing zone. So we're going to play this one about 50%. 330 yards is 50%, about mid-club. And you either want to land it right off the edge of the fairway or on the fringe. Those are the most consistent landing zones here. I'm going to play this one without any spin whatsoever. And then we're going to adjust our shot for a 50% mid-adjustment. Now, you're going to see this one come in a little bit hot. Probably about 1 bar of backspin would have been the perfect amount of spin on this shot. It's definitely a difficult shot to judge. We had that one right on line. We just had a little bit too much heat on the ball, so about 1 bar of backspin right there would have been perfect. Hole number 5. And that second shot right there on the hole number 4, I did play that one at 0%. Hole number 5 here is par 3. I'm going to play this one a little bit differently than you may see other people play it. It's just the way I've always played this hole, and it's just the way I like to play this hole. I like to use the Saturn. I like to use at least a quasar ball on this hole as well. So as you see, we're playing this one about mid club here. Playing this in the front right corner of the green. We're going to go with full left spin and as much backspin as we can get. And we're trying to play that second hop off of the fringe and then back onto the green. And we're just trying to get that shot lined up to come right down into the hole. And it's a really nice little slope here, and I just love to try to take advantage of this shot right here. So it's a small adjustment with the Saturn, only 3.5 wind. We hit it perfect. As you see, it comes in nicely, bounces right there. And we were just a little bit short on it, about half a grid. So you want to line that one a little bit farther past where I had it lined up. But it's definitely a really cool shot if you can get it figured out. It's definitely one that definitely opens up that ace chance. Hole number 6 here, I'm going to show you how to play this one two ways. We're going to play a quarterback power curl shot, and then we're going to play a shot straight to the left as well. Plus 10% on the drive. The first way I'm going to show you is playing the power curl. So we'll go with our quarterback here. I'm going to use a katana ball as well. And we're going to visualize our shot off the top right edge of the shot circle. We'll go 2 top, 3 left spin because we want this ball to bounce back left on the landing, away from that bunker, and we don't want to go towards the right fairway. So I went 20 rings on that adjustment. Full curl and slice. And you're going to see this one come in very nicely. Hits right there in the middle of the fairway, and it bounces just to the perfect location where we have a shot right between that gap towards the pin. I do make a mistake here. First of all, I bring my big dog, and then secondly, I don't bring my Goliath. So I would definitely recommend the Goliath here. And then if you want to go for, the wood, the Guardian would be a good club to have here with its backspin, or even a sniper with, if you have a sniper with some backspin. If you don't have either of those, then definitely would recommend the Goliath, or even maybe the Horizon with its top spin would be a possibility here. So we're just going to bump this one and get it up as far as close to the green as we can, so we don't have the proper clubs here. We play that one at plus 10% though. If you're going to play the rough bump, plus 10%. But it leaves us a very nice, simple gimme chip for the eagle. So getting the eagle here is definitely the most important thing on this hole, and getting it very easily is definitely a plus. And having a chance at the albatross is definitely a bonus. All right. So here we go. Playing the same hole again this time. We're going to be playing to the left side. If you have a little bit lower level clubs, this would be the way to play it. And I'm going to also play this one with the quarterback and the big dog. So, looking at this one right here, I just don't see, I don't like the look with the 5. So we're going to play it to the right. I went 2 top spin, 4 right spin. I would play this shot closer to 1 to 0 bars of top spin. And I'm just playing the wind. I didn't make any kind of adjustment for the wind. I just played the wind into the shot. As you see, we roll quite nicely, but comes a little bit too close to the edge of the rough for my taste. So I would definitely subtract at least 1 bar of backspin from that shot, if not 2, and just play that with the right spin. As you see for our second shot here with the big dog, we have plenty of room, especially with the right to left tailwind. We're going to go with 3.5 top spin, max right spin, and we're just going to play the wind into our shot. So I push forward into OP to see my landing zone. We go with max right curl and a little bit of overpower on the shot. And this is definitely a great proof shot right here. So we went 3.5 top spin. 4 top spin would have had us probably on the green or right there on the edge of the fringe. And we're happy with that result. This is not a hole to play for the albatross if you're playing it to the left side like I just played it. It is completely 100% going for the eagle, and we definitely achieved that, and happy with the outcome. And look at the dart getting a little action here. Give a little bit of dart love here for the dart. All right, hole number 7. Our last and final par 3, I'm going to show you this shot with the Viper and with the Sniper. And I'm going to be playing it the same way both times, to the right side. So this could be definitely a tricky hole if you're not 100% sure how to play it. I feel like this is going to be the easiest way with this wind, is to play it here in this little area right here. So I got the Quasar. Go with just about 3 left spin. And I did not play any top spin or back spin on this initial setup. Just want to aim this one as best as I can towards the pin. Plus 10%. Make our adjustment right here. And just hit it perfect. No curl added. Just hit it perfect. Comes in nicely right there. And a little bit to the right side of the cup, about 1 grid right. So this time we're playing it with the Viper. I would add about 0.5 to 1 bar topspin if you play that shot with the Sniper. So with the Viper here, we're playing it with the Quasar again. We're going to go with a little bit more left spin this time to see if we can get that ball a little bit farther to the left and not so much to the right side of the pin. Same type of setup here as before. Make our adjustment plus 10%. Max plus 10%. We hit it perfect. And this one's going to come in as well. And it looks like it's coming in with a little bit more speed than before. And a little bit short and a little bit to the right. So two decent attempts. I think it's definitely a shot that can be dialed in a little bit more. Maybe add a little bit of left curl on that shot just to keep it away from the edge of that rough line and give it a little bit better of a chance to maybe find the cup. But I wouldn't use too much curl, just a little bit. All right, hole number 8 is next. Now, this hole right here can definitely be a tricky hole. You could probably play that with a quarterback and use some left curl on the shot. I definitely still prefer to play it with the extra mile. And I went with 3.5 topspin, max left spin with a Titan ball. And you do need to make sure you don't go overboard on the topspin here, because you can roll through into the bunker. There is kind of a little bit of a glitch that you can hit and roll out, so definitely be careful with that. And we just hit this one perfect. Plus 10% max. And we roll to a nice little spot right there. I think it's definitely kind of tricky and dangerous to play more topspin, because you definitely run the risk of rolling through into the bunker or the rough like my opponent. So for this shot right here, plus 10% downhill, you want your ball guide to go into the slope here. I'm just going to go with full left spin, plus 10%, and we're just really trying to worry about getting this shot up onto the green. We're not really trying to worry about anything crazy. Just want that ball guide to go into that slope and then bounce up to the hole. As you see, my opponent does forfeit on me, unfortunately. That kind of sucked. But as you can see, you could see my setup, and from there you just make your plus 10% adjustment, and then you take your shot, and it should be a great proof shot on that second shot. All right, hole number 9 here. This is actually probably one of my most favorite holes on this this tournament. You can play this one with the quarterback. I choose to play this one with the extra mile though, because my quarterback's not as developed on this account. So we got the extra mile 4. And it looks like we're going to be watching my opponent take his shot. All right. So my opponent is electing to play it straight left. Very, very conservative approach. And playing it straight left gives you the chance to get the eagle still. But in my opinion, it kind of almost makes it a little bit more difficult to eat the eagle going to the left. And it definitely takes you out a chance for the albatross. So, katana ball, very important. 3.5 top spin, katana ball, max right spin, plus 5%. We're going to play this shot with the yellow ring just on the edge of the rough line, plus 10% here, or plus 5% here, max adjustment. And then we're going to use all the curl that we have here on this extra mile 4. We hit it perfect, and we are going to make a nice shot. Now, the difference between the extra mile and the quarterback is definitely forgiveness. Extra mile is not going to be as forgiving as a quarterback will be, so a great left probably means you're in the rough. So definitely take that into consideration when you are trying to choose your club. So 3 backspin here. We really want a little bit more backspin here on this shot. So if you don't have a club with at least 3 backspin or more than 3 backspin, then just make do with what you have. Minus 10% here for this shot. We're playing this shot just a little bit below the max adjustment as well. And I really think you want about 3.5, 4 bars of backspin here on this shot. As you're going to see, the shot comes in nicely. It just comes in a little bit too hot, but we were definitely on point with the shot. And unfortunately, we just had to end that with the eagle. All right, y'all, thank you very much for sticking it out for this rookie playthrough for the East Coast Tournament. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Definitely hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I'd appreciate that. And if you want to check us out on Facebook, you can check out my community page at Golf Clash the 19th Hole. Very easy to search for in the Facebook search. Just type in Golf Clash the 19th Hole, and you should be able to find it. All right, take care. Have a good day. God bless.